Hey, is there a better tool that empowers a woman to defend against an attacker than 100 pounds bigger? That's why it's so important. Women need to learn how to defend themselves with the most effective and self-defense tool ever invented. And for women, led by women, that Not Me program is designed to help with training, purchasing a gun, and getting a concealed carry permit. And guess what? It's totally free. To sign up, go to notmesd.org. The program is also available in Orange County and Inland Empire. Get help today, notmesd.org.
So did you see the press conference, Gavin Newsom, on Tuesday, Dave?
No, I didn't.
Alicia, you saw it, didn't you?
I can only stomach a little bit, but yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was. I don't say that lightly. I know we kind of sound the alarms a lot, but his press conference, that's one of the worst displays I've ever seen of a public official, at a press conference.
Was it presidential?
Well, clearly that's what he's, that's what he's angling for.
But I mean, did he come across as a presidential candidate?
I thought he came across as angry, and he came across as unprepared, and he was not willing at all to defend this piece of legislation that he thinks is so important. So it's really, really bad. He's a big jerk. We all hate Gavin. I got to talk about what a jerk he is on KUSI. That's always a good time.
Yes.
And I wanted to bring my good friend, Attorney John Dillon, on and talk a little bit more about just what a jerk Gavin is. How you doing, John?
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How you
Thanks
been?
for having me. I've been good. Busy. Since the Bruin decision, we've had lots to do, and because of actions the governor has taken, just like this latest press conference and new legislation, he's given us more stuff to do on a daily basis and more stuff to deal with.
So talk about that. What that press conference was unbelievable.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
Did you watch the whole thing?
Unbelievable. Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I forced myself to sit there and watch the whole thing and just listen to the propaganda and just disgusting, virtue signaling and blame being cast out on lawful gun owners when, in reality, we had nothing to do with any of this crime they're referring to, and the actions that they're proposing and the laws that they're proposing are quite literally going to do nothing to stop any type of crime, let alone gun crime in the state of California.
I'd argue that they're actually it'll make it worse.
It will. So just to lay a little general groundwork here. So after the most recent shootings, the Monterey Bay shooting, and then Monterey Park, and then the Half Moon Bay shootings that happened a few weeks ago, the response to these mass shootings, according to the state and the governor and our attorney general, is to essentially prohibit lawful concealed carry anywhere in the state and make the entire state of California a gun-free zone or a sensitive place where you cannot lawfully carry a firearm. And the crazy, insane part about this is they blatantly state that this was a result of these mass shootings, but let's take a look at what these mass shootings were. We had a 72-year-old shooter and a 67-year-old shooter that committed these atrocities, neither of which were concealed carry holders that just went bad and started shooting people because they had a gun on them. One of them at least had a gun that seems to have been outlawed in the state for the past 20 years. So, the state's current assault weapons ban is definitely not working, and it hasn't worked. And that's one of the reasons why I'm suing the state over it. But the law that they're proposing is literally a pure restriction on lawful carrying of firearms on a group of people, concealed carry holders who have one of the smallest crime rates out of any group in the country. And arguably it's, 1/12 the amount of crime that police officers commit.
So
going after the good people here.
So see what you're saying there is, as a group, CCW holders commit fewer crimes than the general population. They commit fewer crimes than, as a group, police officers. right?
Yeah.
That's what you're referring to.
Yeah, and because two crazy guys, committed these mass shootings, all the lawful, law-abiding concealed carry permit holders who have shown time and time again that they are lawful, good citizens that only want to protect themselves and others, we're getting punished because two crazy people, did terrible atrocities. So it's an insanity that I have trouble comprehending, because any objective look at the legislation that's being proposed, it shows that it has nothing to do with what happened. It offers no solutions in any way to stop any mass shootings from happening, and it's just a continuation of the state's just insane way of not trying to actually stop criminals from committing crimes, but just punishing law-abiding people for the crimes of criminals. It's just terrible. It's disgusting. And it just shows that none of these laws, Senate Bill 2, assault weapons ban, magazine ban, everything that California prohibits has absolutely nothing to do with safety and protecting its citizens. The only mission is to ban guns and control people.
What did you think? What did you think of a reporter asked the question, basically said, well, I'm paraphrasing, but the question was basically, well, what problem are we trying to solve with CCW holders, or what problems are happening with CCW holders? And his reaction was to kind of bite back at her, and he didn't answer the question ultimately.
He's a politician.
And he got this huge attitude. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it's just immediate deflection and bringing up other facts that have nothing to do with the question that was posed to him. And it's there's a reason he did that, because he can't just openly say, well, I hate guns and I hate gun owners and I want to restrict them as much as I can. Like that's the honest to God truth. He doesn't like people that like guns. He doesn't like guns. And so he's going to do everything he possibly can to restrict lawful gun ownership. Nothing in that speech, of all the people who were talking, none of them offered any solution to crimes or criminals. It's just, because people commit crimes, we're going to go after the good people that haven't committed crimes. These laws don't address criminal behavior in the slightest. And one of the most infuriating portions of this speech is, when Governor Newsom was, discussing the Bruin decision that came out, that's the Supreme Court decision that came out last June, reaffirming the decision in Heller and, the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. And when he referred to the right to keep and bear arms and the right to concealed carry, he quite literally used air quotes when he said the right to carry concealed weapons. And it's just baffling to me that he could try to, undermine the fact that the right to carry a gun is a fundamental constitutional right. It's right there, explicitly stated in the Bill of Rights in the Second Amendment. It's been explicitly stated by more than one United States Supreme Court decision. And he refers, and when he's talking about all this, he's referring to the Constitution, Supreme Court of the United States, and federal judges who have applied the actual constitutional framework that they should as ideologues. And it's disgusting, because you have a governor who is openly decrying a contempt for our fundamental rights and our Constitution. And that's exactly what he did. He has no respect for the Constitution. And it's also shown this new law that they're trying to push, making all of California a sensitive place where you can't carry lawfully. These are just like other bills that have been pushed in, I believe, New Jersey and New York, and federal judges have already struck them down. Right. They know this stuff's unconstitutional. They don't care. Well, and that's the scary part.
When you
they know it's unconstitutional.
Newsom referred to the Second Amendment as a suicide pact. When you do that, that should be political suicide. He should never be elected for anything. We should never take him seriously about anything, let alone the Second Amendment, ever again. We need to bring that era back.
Yeah, it's, I literally about lost it when I was listening to him rant, and that's what it was. It wasn't a speech. It wasn't a way to try to push forward with, better ways to protect his citizens. It was a blind rant of an ignorant or willfully ignorant and frankly just immoral man. I can't.
So how worried are you? I mean, do you think is it as clean cut as, hey, it's going to pass and then we'll get an injunction and then we'll overturn it, or is anything ever that clean cut?
Oh, I mean, you can simplify it down to it being that clean cut. Yeah. There's no question our legislature and our governor are going to pass this restriction again, and this ban on concealed carry. Our legislature has already shown and admitted openly that they don't care if something's unconstitutional. They let the courts sort that out. So, yeah, they're going to pass this law, and we're going to sue over it. And because I don't care, how much you rant and whine in front of a camera, you don't get to infringe on my rights, and you don't get to infringe on other people's rights. I don't care who you are. So when the governor of California comes out and openly, condemns a fundamental right, great, challenge accepted. Let's go. I have no problem going to court for that one. So we'll do that, and it'll be a while, but it's so clear what the Supreme Court has said that we're going to win, and we're going to keep winning.
All right. Well, now that you're fired up, go out back, chop a cord of wood, because I know that's been on your list.
Feed a turtle or two.
No, he's got to chop wood.
Good.
All right, buddy. Hey, it's always good. Always good hearing from you.
Thank you, John.
All right. Good to be here.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.